As of 2016, millennials made up the largest percentage of the global workforce. By 2025, it is predicted that 75% of all individuals working will be millennials. But with this rise in millennial workers comes a rise in turnover rates. According to Millennial Branding, 45% of companies experience high turnover rates with their millennial employees. The problem is this generation's values are different from previous generations, and dwindling company loyalty has left employee retention rates dropping. To learn more about how to solve this problem, I did research, conducted an empirical study, and came to the conclusion that offering telecommuting is the best way to improve millennial retention rates. I began my research by reading electronically published articles about millennial retention. These articles showed me that high turnover rates are a problem because there are high costs associated with low retention. Dan Schaubel in his articles discussed the cost of millennial retention, a national survey that gathered responses from hundreds of HR departments in a variety of industry. He reported that the cost of replacing each millennial employee they lost can be anywhere from $15,000 to $25,000. In addition to monetary cost, this so-called revolving door of employees takes a toll on not only management, but the other workers. 71% of companies reported that losing employees increased the stress and workload of others. Locally, 98% of recent Twin Cities graduates said that they were planning on staying with their current employer for less than 2 years. The reason millennial employees have lower retention rates than those seen in previous generations is because they have different values. Millennials value a good work-life balance. In addition to that, they value a flexible work environment. This is due to the change in work culture. According to Discover Student Loans, 50% of recent millennial graduates worry that they will need a second job to afford their student loan payments. 78% of millennials reported that they had a spouse or partner who also had to work full-time. This is nearly double the previous generation. Millennials need a more flexible work environment than generations before them. In a survey I conducted with recent millennial graduates in the Twin Cities area, I learned that a majority were not satisfied with their current work-life balance. 62% said they were unsatisfied, 25% said they were somewhat satisfied, and only 13% said that they were satisfied. In addition to that, when asked how satisfied these millennials were with the flexibility offered by their current employer, 12.5% said they were very dissatisfied, 62.5% said that they were dissatisfied, 12.5% were neither satisfied nor dissatisfied, and 12.5% said that they were satisfied. A way for a company to provide this much-needed flexibility is to utilize telecommuting. Telecommuting is when an employee is able to work from home by making use of the internet, email, or phone. This allows employees to complete the work they would have otherwise done in the office from any location. Through my research, I learned that this was not a new concept. Telecommuting has been utilized by companies since 1995, and today, approximately 50% of individuals in the workforce have a career compatible with telecommuting. Still, despite that, only 20 to 25% of that workforce utilizes this resource. I researched whether or not the want for telecommuting is there. I read the results of multiple surveys. These surveys gave me an insight into the millennial view of the current work environment. One such study was the 2016 Deloitte Millennial Survey. It was revealed that 75% of millennials wished they had the ability to work from home or at another location where they felt they could be more productive. This survey questioned 7,700 millennials across 29 countries. I found through my own research that those results were just as applicable to the millennials here in the Twin Cities. Out of the 32 recent Twin Cities college graduates I surveyed, 87.5% said that their current place of employment did not offer telecommuting. 12% said that they were very likely to work from home if they were given the option. 50% said that they were likely, 25% were somewhat likely, 10% said that they were neither likely nor unlikely, and only 3% were unlikely to work from home if they were given the option. Moreover, 25% of the local millennials I surveyed said that they were very likely to choose a job with telecommuting over one that did not have that option. There is a fear that accompanies telecommuting. Employers worry that if their employees are not under their supervision, they will slack off. A decrease in productivity is an understandable worry. However, a study published in the Quarterly Journal of Economics on telecommuting at C-TRIP in China showed the opposite. Out of their 16,000 employees, some were randomly assigned to stay in the office, while others were randomly assigned to telecommute. During this 9-month study, the employees who telecommuted showed a 13% increase in productivity and performance. When considering all of my research, I found the best recommendation for improving retention rates among millennial employees is to offer telecommuting. Telecommuting is something that is desired by the millennial workforce. It offers more flexibility, which provides millennials with a better work-life balance. By aligning more with the millennial values, employees will have improved job satisfaction, which in turn improves millennial retention. In addition to improving retention, telecommuting will improve workplace productivity. It is for those reasons that offering telecommuting is the best solution to the problem.